In a word, Mainers have moxie. And these four are living embodiments of that word. My name is Janine Chesley, and I am the CEO of this hospital. This is one of our favorite days of the year, as we get to celebrate the successes of our hardworking patients for all they have accomplished in their rehabilitation.
I had asked a few of your therapists to write some things about you because not everybody can be here. So, inpatient OT. As a therapist in a rehab hospital, one gets to experience some amazing things each and every day. Yet there are some stories that seem to stand out in comparison to the rest, stories like Valerie's. A young, active, and healthy mom, Val found herself in an extremely difficult situation. The first day I met Val, she was lying in bed, more or less unaware that the left side of her body even existed. Despite her emotional and tired state, she managed to find the strength to smile lovingly at her daughter and give her thumbs up to her husband. Don't you cry up there, because I'm going to start. Okay, I'm going to get myself together. The first day at New England Rehab, she really set the tone for the rest of her recovery. Even on some of her most emotionally challenging days, she still pulled herself out of bed and fought to make each day better than the day before. One of my favorite things about Val is that she set goals I set for her that never seemed to be good enough. I just wanted her to be able to put her own shirt on without assistance, a daunting task at the time. But Val, she was more concerned about figuring out how she could go back to work, or drive, or go for a run. That's exactly why she's here today. Not only did she meet the goals that I set for her, she met and exceeded the goals that she had set for herself. Valerie, I could not contain my excitement and how proud I felt when I heard you were receiving this award. Please accept my sincerest apologies that I cannot be there in person, but I wanted you to know that you continue to inspire me every single day to be a better therapist. I am beyond grateful to have had the opportunity to not only work with you, but to learn from you during your challenging but impressive recovery. Congratulations, you most certainly deserve it. One of our physical therapists and inpatients said she never gave up. She worked hard, even outside of therapy, if given homework. She was a great example of how important a support system can be to recovery. This patient exemplifies everything Patient of the Year represents. Now we're going to switch to some outpatient therapists. Recovery from a stroke is never easy. It takes perseverance. It takes determination. Valerie has had these qualities in spades. To be sure, there were many tough days, lots of tears, but Valerie always fought back. She persisted even when another boring attention training task proved unexpectedly frustrating. That was from a speech pathologist. I remember Val for her hard work and always gently pushing her limits. Val started in outpatient walking with a straight cane and wearing an AFO. However, she quickly put that aside, and before long, Val was back to camping with her family, going for daily walks, and doing her exercise videos. And that was from one of her physical therapists. This is from me. When I first met Val, she was unable to walk. During her rehab stay, she learned not only to walk, but to run. The time we did run, Val and I went outside the building and literally ran all the way around the building, and Val did it. It was awesome. In May, she ran and completed the Mother's Day race here in Portland. So that's a big deal. During her long rehab process, she learned to perform mini squats, lunges, burpees, jump rope, hopscotch, jumping jacks, toe taps, bear crawls, and her favorite box jumps. I recently discovered that she has also hiked a mountain and gone whitewater rafting. Val was able to do all of the above because she is a hard worker, she's determined, she's patient, she has a wonderful support system, and above all, she has a lot of faith. Val, you inspire me to become a better therapist and a person.
My name is Brian Sherman. I had the very distinct pleasure of working with Valerie as her outpatient occupational therapist. Tuesday, May 30, 2017. Internal carotid artery dissection, middle cerebral artery stroke, multiple stents, ICA angioplasty, tubes and tubes and tubes. Prior to stroke, patient lived with her family, worked full-time as a CPA, and was a runner. She is currently dependent for all mobility and ADLs. By the time I met Valerie, it was the beginning of July, and over a month had passed since her injury, and Valerie had already made huge gains. Still, when I met her, the odds of her returning to her demanding career as a CPA, driving her daughter to school, running, and or resuming a life bearing any resemblance to that before her stroke appeared very, very long. Her strength and coordination in her left arm were extremely impaired, and she was also still experiencing her visual field cuts, cognitive and perceptual problems, which manifested in many ways, such as her putting her clothing on upside down, inside out, and backwards. So, there was room for improvement. But you never would have known the odds were so long working with Valerie. She got to work every single day. Sometimes laughing, and sometimes crying. Though I'm quite sure that she and her family did not realize it at the time, her therapeutic progress was meteoric in speed and monumental in scope. I was able to discharge Valerie King from outpatient occupational therapy Wednesday, March 7, 2018. She was driving. That Mother's Day race was still on the horizon, but we knew she'd do it. And then here we are today, Wednesday, September 2018. Thank you, Valerie, and thank you, Brian.
Val, when she first came, is a perfect illustration of things we can't see, which is what's happening in your brain after recovery. And she's done a marvelous job of clinically compensating and restoring quite a bit of her function. I think the other part is that there are other things you can't see, which is the spirit that I think everybody's mentioning for each of these individuals. And that is encompassed by her friends, her family. You can't see that spirit, but you can feel it here every day. And so you've done a remarkable job, just enormously successful. Thank you.